Hi, this is Tim of the 1916 Company. Welcome and thanks for logging on. If you love this watch, email us Team Mosso at the1916company.com for all purchase, pricing, and availability questions concerning this watch. Today, we're discussing a model launched in 2020, 44 millimeters in diameter in a remarkable 3D printed titanium. This is the Panerai Luminor Marina TuttoGrigio. So this is the PAM02662, featuring a combination of that titanium and a Carbotech carbon fiber bezel. It is a 44 millimeter case that is 14.4 millimeters thick and from lug to lug tip, 53.8 millimeters with a 24 millimeter spacing between the lugs. We'll throw it on my wrist, which is 16 centimeters in circumference, and the watch is actually quite light, given that it's all carbon fiber, titanium, sapphire, and rubber. It wears easily. I could recommend it for a wrist my size or larger, so 16 centimeters circumference or larger. It's also quite nicely shaped. It's a little bit of a step and a slope to the case flank, so it should fit underneath jacket cuffs. Tight dress sleeves, probably not, but jacket cuffs, probably. The strap, Panerai, distinctive, and as you can see, with a little bit of evacuation on the bottom to vent the wrist and also add flexibility. This uses a system that's beloved of Paneristi, which is the screw and bar setup to fix a strap to a case. No spring bars here, so if you've got your jeweler's screwdrivers, you can get straight to strap swapping. 24 millimeter spacing. There will be a universe of aftermarket and OEM options in that size. Remember, no brand has better aftermarket strap support than Panerai, and strap swapping is a big part of the culture. Officine Panerai, and of course the large trapezoidal, in this case DLC coated pin buckle. Note that it too is fixed with a screw. Screws and bars, not just great for strap swapping with a screwdriver, but a lot more secure than spring bars. Taking a quick look, you can see that there is a device protecting the crown, the legendary locking lever, and there's a little cam inside it that locks the crown down into place. Taking a look at the reverse side, 300 meters of water resistance, unlocked, locked, unlocked, locked. So distinctive that I could show you just the crown structure, and you know what brand and you know what model. Now, this system was originally conceived in the late 40s for implementation in the 50s. The idea was back when all Panerai watches were manual wind and relatively short power reserve prior to the 8-day movements. You would have to screw the crown in and out constantly to wind and set the watch. Well, the idea here is that if you have a system that just compresses and decompresses, you don't have to thread through the crown seals and undermine that watertight integrity. It simply compresses and decompresses, and as soon as you pull the device protecting the crown, now you can wind the watch and you can set the watch. Now, this model doesn't have hacking seconds, but it does have a system that allows you to rapidly step the hour hand independently of the other two hands. This is great if you are traveling and changing time zones, so it's a great travel watch on that basis. We have, of course, the unique profile of a direct metal laser sintering system, or a 3D printer, and it creates a little bit of a media blast style texture, and that's true almost regardless of what metal is being fabricated additively using this process. You can also see that this isn't quite the Alessandro Bertolini case that Panerai debuted in the 90s. This is more like a Luminor 1950 case in terms of its actual shape and contours. The dial features what's long been known as sandwich construction, a popular feature of Panerai watches, and one that dates back to the original combat models from the 1930s. So a stencil on top of a solid luminescent disc. So the stencil features the indices, it has the numerals, and then the luminescent disc sits underneath, which creates a unique sort of three-dimensional aesthetic, almost a little bit haunting and ghostly. You can also see that the sub-seconds hand as well as scale, fully luminescent for easy reading. Lovely open 9 and open 6 style font, and Panerai got the details right, with a date disc that is the same color as the dial. Though you can't see it underneath, we have a caliber 9010, Panerai manufactured caliber as these things go, and automatic winding, 2 barrels, 3 days of power reserve, 31 joules, not hacking, but with the time zone function, so you can move the hour hand independently. It is free sprung with a full balance bridge, 2 features that make it exceptionally shock tolerant, and once again, all that water resistant down to 300 meters. It is also a very large movement that is designed to properly fit a large Panerai case. If you love this watch, email us tmosso at the1916company.com for purchase and pricing details.